Welcome to the Good, Bad, and Ugly Amazon selling series, and it's my intention to tell you my journey selling on Amazon from 2015 to now, to the point where I'm going to make $500,000 in profit this year, but it wasn't always that way, obviously. I started from nothing, and I want to entertain you guys and educate you guys, and I don't know how many videos this is going to be, but I'm going to start back from 2015 and work all the way up to 2025 for my 10 years selling on Amazon journey. And throughout this series, you're going to learn really what it means to sell in 2025. How are the differences from back in 2015 when I got started? What are the risks? How do you overcome those risks? Where's the opportunity? And if anything, just have a better understanding of selling on Amazon and hopefully a little entertainment in the process. So let's go back to 2015 when I sold my first item on Amazon, and it was a textbook. I was in college and I was tired of taking my books to the bookstore and getting paid pennies on the dollar. I would take a $10 book to the bookstore, or I would take a $100 book to the bookstore and they'd offer me $10. And I was like, this is a ripoff. I know I can sell it for more online. So what I started to do was list my books on Amazon, and I would take pictures of my books with my phone and my face in the pictures, which I'm pretty sure is like against Amazon terms of service. But that's how I sold my first few thousand on Amazon in college throughout the years, a couple $100s a semester. Eventually started selling my teammates' books. I wrestled in college, and then eventually the whole campus, 80% of the campus were athletes. So the volleyball girls, swimmers, soccer players, everyone would bring me their books, and I eventually started paying for their books. I'd pay, $20 for an $80 book. And it got down to the point where I was out of money, and I'd offer them $5 for a $200 book. And I felt bad, but I'm like, hey, I can only offer you $5. And they're like, we don't care. And they give it to me. And really that's was the foundation from 2015 to 2017. And then I graduated college, decided to start a landscaping business. And I remember cutting yards actually in this neighborhood here for $40. And then I would check my phone and I would get a notification for a $100 book that sold from, one that I bought the previous semester. And I'm like, this is crazy. And then Amazon would ship the book for me, do customer service. Amazon would do everything. And I just got paid like $80 after Amazon fees. And then maybe I paid $10, $20 for the book. So I was making more money selling one product on Amazon than I was for a whole hour of my time cutting the yard with my friend, who we had to split the profit with each other 50-50 and pay for gas. And that's really when I was like, okay, this whole product selling thing has a lot of potential, because it doesn't feel like I'm working that hard for the amount of money I'm getting. And I went on YouTube like a lot of us do, and I typed in how to make money selling on Amazon, blah, blah, blah. And I kept seeing these people were selling like books from thrift stores and libraries. And I'm like, what the are you kidding me? Like, you're going in thrift stores and finding books that are profitable to sell on Amazon. So I downloaded the app Scoutly, and I went to Goodwill, and I got kicked out of the store. I started scanning the books, and the first time I went, I didn't find shit. I was like, these guys online are scammers. Like, none of these books are profitable. And the second time I went, I scanned faster, so I got more books. And I filled up a whole cart, and then the guy kicked me out. The manager kicked me out. He said, what are you doing? And it's the only time I've ever been kicked out of a thrift store. But I think it was because I was so nervous, because it was my first time. And I'd never done it before. And I probably looked weird as hell, and I was probably looking around, only time I've been in probably 500 plus thrift stores over the years, and just beginner's bad luck, I guess. And then I was finding around town, around Nashville. It was actually pretty shitty in hindsight. Nashville was not good for books at the time. I think there was a lot of competition, and but it was enough to get me excited about it, And so then I read a blog post from Caleb Roth that he made $5,000 profit selling books in one weekend, going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. He drove from Denver, Colorado to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he made $5,000 sales and sales value of books in one weekend. And I was like, what if I just did this in every city in America for like 3 months? And I did that. I decided I'm gonna travel the whole country. I'm just gonna live in my car. I'm gonna sleep in Walmart parking lots. I'm gonna go to truck stops and sleep. And during the day, I'll just find a shitload of books. And whenever my car is filled with books, I'll just ship them all to Amazon. That's what I did. And I went to California, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, sleeping in Walmart parking lots across the country. If you guys ever do this, truck stops are the best. Don't let me influence you negatively, but Walmart parking lots you'll get kicked out of. Truck stops are the best, and rest stops are really good too. Just be safe out there. Make sure you have some wrestling or jiu-jitsu experience. If you're a girl, don't do it solo. But anyway, I traveled across the country, and then I had a $4,000 credit limit on my travel Bank of America card. I don't know why they trusted me with that, but they gave me $4,000, and I almost had maxed it out at this point, and I probably had $1,000 cash in my name, and so I just maxed out my credit card on KFC, Chipotle, and used books from thrift stores, and mostly used books was my biggest expense. And then I probably had like 1,000 left in credit, and I saw that there was this Booksellers conference hosted by Caleb Roth. Reezy Resells was part of it, and I paid $200 on that travel credit card to go. So I drove from Arizona to California, and then when I got there, all the seats were completely taken up, and I'm already nervous, like walking in this thing. And the person running the event, Caleb Roth, looks over at me and he's like, "I got a seat here for you." Like he went to the back and pulled a seat and sat it next to him. And then to my right is a girl from MIT. She flew from MIT, which is like one of the best colleges. So super smart girl. And then Caleb's also like a genius. And I'm like, these guys are like really taking this selling books on Amazon thing seriously. Like, they really see the potential in it. And it kind of shifted my perspective of like, maybe I could do this full time or build a business out of it. And they're talking about ways to systematize your business and delegate. That's all of our dreams, right? Is to have a business that pumps money without you, that you don't have to operate in your business for it to work. And I was just going to thrift stores, and I didn't even know about library sales. I didn't know about this stuff. Like Reezy Resells told me about booksalefinder.com. And after that, I started hitting up library sales and making a ton of money there. Library sales are great. There's still a great opportunity, probably a better opportunity in 2025 than ever before, because a lot of people are getting out of the business, which we'll go over in future videos of the good, bad, and ugly Amazon selling series. And we'll really break down like what the risks are of account shutdowns. And I've been through my fair share. So we got some interesting stories coming up with that. But I learned about library sales, and I decided to prioritize those. And so whenever I would travel, I would look for, where's the library sale? I'm gonna show up early. I'm gonna scan all the books, scan thousands of books in an hour or so. And that really funded my whole trip and gave me the foundational skill of learning how to sell on Amazon. But again, people at the conference were talking about delegating, systematizing your business, getting libraries to send you books, creating a consignment business out of this. And that's when I had the intention in my head of like, I'm going to systematize my business. I don't know how, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna get other people to list the books for me. I'm gonna stop listing these myself. I'm gonna get somebody else to find the books for me. The books are gonna come to me. I had this intention in my head, and I was just looking for the opportunity, So then I get back home, stay with my parents for a few months, and then my friend hits me up and he's like, "Yo," I met him at the book selling conference, Andrew Gong. Andrew Gong says, "Do you want to go to Portland, Maine, to Washington, D.C., and just source books from thrift stores?" And I was like, hell yeah. And so I drove all the way up to Portland, Maine, sleeping in my car, of course, the whole way up, save money. And then we actually stayed in Airbnbs. We splurged a little bit. We split the cost of Airbnbs, and we had a goal of 2,000 books in 2 weeks from thrift stores and libraries, and we did it. And we made 14 grand profit, and we split that 7 grand a piece. That's what it came out to. And we found a $2,000 Jewish set that sold for $2,000, and we paid $150 for it. So, and we're just hitting up library sales. We're prioritizing those, but we're hitting thrift stores, and we're hitting libraries. We're asking for backroom access in the thrift stores so we can get more profitable books. Like, the whole thing was a really good experience. And that was 2018. So then 2019 comes around, and man, that's when my life changed forever. And I really started to pump. 1K profit months. And I'm gonna break down exactly how I did that in the next video of the good, bad, and ugly Amazon selling series. Peace out, guys. Real quick, if you guys wanna support the channel and make FBA shipments faster, which is essential if you're selling on Amazon, consider using GoToLister, the fastest listing software on the planet. We help you create shipments to Amazon FBA without ever visiting Seller Central. We help you get shipments out the door seamlessly. And here's a preview of the inside. You can list used items, new items. I use this for my wholesale business. And we have booksellers use us. We have OA people, retail arbitrage people. And one of my favorite parts is we have a profit and loss. It's down exactly what your sales are each day, but more importantly, what your profit is. So you can see we did a 18,000 sales day here with 5,100 true profit. And we also have inventory. Inventory reports show you how much available sales value you have at Amazon, what your turn rate is, what percent of inventory you selling on a daily basis, and what your available profit is if everything sells after Amazon fees and your buy cost. You can also quickly see on a per ASIN basis what your sales velocity is, so you can restock your fastest moving items. We have hidden mode if you're an influencer and you don't want to show your items to the world, or even if you're at a party or something and you want to show another Amazon seller your sales, you don't have to show them your products. And this is all available via mobile too. We have mobile listing coming out very soon, so you can operate your Amazon business from your phone. Go to GoToLister.com, get a free trial if you guys want to check it out. Much love. Thanks for supporting the channel.